Hi everyone, my name is Candice Coppola and I am a tutor here at the QC School's Event and Wedding Planning School. I want to thank you all for submitting some really amazing questions on their Facebook page last week. I really enjoyed reading through all your questions and I'm really excited to answer them for you. So thanks for submitting them, and I hope that these answers will help you as you begin to launch your business or as you settle in to your business. So let's get started. Okay, so our first question is, how do I convince a DIY bride that her best option is to hire a wedding planner? This is an interesting question. My clients are not typically your DIY bride, but my first answer to you would be to ask yourself if this is your target market. If your target market is to a bride who likes to do things herself, then I would say the best way that you could convince or market yourself to that specific client who's getting married is to create services that are going to make it easier for her, especially in the final leg of planning. Somebody who's going to be doing a lot of the planning themselves and then creating decor themselves and doing a lot of that kind of stuff themselves instead of passing that off to a creative service to do for them is going to need someone to manage all of that in the final weeks and especially on the day of the wedding. We've worked with do-it-yourself brides before, especially early on in my career, and one thing that I really noticed was that if we hadn't been there on wedding day to set up everything that they had created or bought or acquired, who was going to do that? So if you're looking to market yourself to a bride or to couples who tend to do a lot of the planning and a lot of the decor themselves, I would market yourself as someone who comes in about 8 weeks out from the wedding day and manages all the final details and then is of course there to execute the vision that they've been working so hard to put together. So I hope that answers your question. Our second question comes from Allie, and also Amber had the same question. Do you think it's necessary to attend a school or program to gain an event planning certificate? My philosophy is that anything that you can do to educate yourself in a field that's unfamiliar to you, you should do. Any time that you have an opportunity to educate yourself in a field that you've been working in, it's a good idea to continue your education. The QC school is a really fantastic school. I think that they've done an incredible job with their curriculum. They have some really fantastic professionals who are there to help you along the way. Your tutors are real life people running real businesses, giving you solid business advice. And by taking these courses, you're going to set yourself up with knowledge that you wouldn't normally have if you hadn't gone out to educate yourself and gain experience. So yes, I don't think there's anything wrong with applying and being a student at the QC school, or furthering your education. Even if you've been doing this for a while and need a refresh, I think it's really great. The information and the tools they give you are going to be things that you're actually going to use when you venture out into this business and make it your career. So the short answer is I think that you should absolutely pursue education as it relates to a field that you're interested in, to learn more about it, to make sure that you really like it, and to have a leg up on the competition in terms of whether you're applying for a job at an established company or you're looking to start your own. Okay, our next question comes from Taylor, and she asks, what made you decide that you wanted to be an event planner, and how long did it take you to finally get a good grasp for the job? I decided that I wanted to be in this business after I was unhappy in my job at the time, and I had a love for designing interiors and hosting parties. And I decided to parlay that into this career. So I get to host and plan really beautiful parties and design those beautiful parties. It took me 1 or 2 events to really get a good footing. I spent a lot of time building my business prior to launching it, which gave me a lot of time to familiarize myself with what I needed to know in order to take on a client and actually execute a successful event. So I would say a good year before I had a really solid understanding and the confidence, the internal confidence to believe that I could, manage any problem or work with any type of client, and had a really good grasp on the career.